find a comfortable position. And we shall start. So once again, begin by having the sense of stability, by feeling your connection with the earth. Feel the sense of being grounded, safe, secure. That you're here. And allow your awareness to gently move through your body, recognizing if there's any tension. And we allow ourselves to relax. By using the out-breath. And the knowledge that sitting correctly is enlightenment. Meaning we're at one with the Tao. We have absolutely no tension. We couldn't be anywhere else. We couldn't be anything else. We are simply here. So feel stable and at ease. And when the body is feeling natural, we bring our mind to relaxation by allowing the rhythm of the breath to bring our speech into its natural state of quiet. The rhythm of the breath is like the ocean of the sacred, moving in and out. the secrets to quieten the mind is to make sure we're aware at the edge of the out-breath, the end of the out-breath. Just as the new breath comes in. We gently open our eyes, letting the gaze be vacant. As we bring our mind to its natural state, by just allowing it to be, and we're aware the most simple understanding, I am. So we're not worried about our thoughts. We just rest in the simple sense of presence, of knowing that we exist. It's a complete and utter state of not doing. You cannot do perceiving. It just is. The body is stable and relaxed. The body is breathing without our interference, soothing, and we are simply aware. completely natural. Now that we're relaxed, we can gently close our eyes again, and we bring our attention to the point between our eyebrows, which we know is called the third eye. With your eyes closed, you use your eyes to look at that point. At the third eye point, visualize a luminous, small ball, half in, half out. And feel that luminous ball, white light, pulling your attention to the third eye point. So we're still relaxed, at ease. The mind light and joyful. And with that touch of grace, we bring our attention to the third eye. As soft as if we're kissing a lover on the back of the neck. I want you to feel that you're breathing in and out through the third eye, through the luminous ball. as you're breathing in and out, I want you to breathe in creativity, breathe out inspiration, breathing in creativity, breathing out inspiration. Breathing in beauty, breathing out wonder. Now, as we bring our attention to the third eye and the luminous ball, bring the intention to have a vision, a knowledge, an inspiration for your life. Putting it into the crystal ball. May creativity, inspiration come to me. Then move the ball as if it's in a channel up the front of your head, up to where your hairline starts, then to the crown of your head. And as it reaches the crown, feel that this inspiration showers in you as light. It's showering inside your being. Feel your being is filled with creativity, inspiration, beauty. Then bring the ball down your central channel, as if an arrow goes from the crown of your head down to your bottom. And feel the ball come down into your heart chakra. And put your hands on your heart chakra. And again, feel a sense of deep thankfulness for your connection to the universe. feel into your heart's desires. Feel into that which will bring you genuine well-being. And feel that that's connected to your inspiration and your vision. That until you live the life that is connected to your heart, something will be missing. So it's your honor and your grace to love yourself, love your life, and love the gifts that have been given to you. Which are different for everyone. So no one will know your personal meditation and what will bring you genuine well-being. And bring our hands back down. Slowly open our eyes. And just for a minute or so, let go of all visualizations or practice and simply rest. Definitely have to finish on time tonight because I've got an online Scrabble game organised. So I'll get executed if I'm late. That's not relaxing. Friends will kill you if you don't turn up on time. So that meditation is like ancient meditation. I mean, I mixed it in with a few other things, but the potential meditation in the third eye. But the third eye is a powerful center. So it's make sure it's good you connect it with your heart and a good motivation. So the third eye is a center of vision. But as with all centers, when you bring your awareness into the center, they naturally draw your consciousness and naturally draw the awareness. So this is Shiva meditation, Buddha meditation, and ancient Egypt meditation. So interestingly enough, that's the one that Pythagoras was given, say, to get into the mystery school. So he said, I want to come into the mystery school. I'm like, can't come in. I want to learn, so it doesn't matter. You not have the right way of being to learn. You think you can learn from your head. He said you have to go off into the desert and meditate on your third eye for 40 days. And then you can come in. So he did that, and then he understood. He said, like, Pythagoras isn't coming in, someone new is coming in to learn. And then this is the center in which, Pythagoras is like a mathematical genius, but using this center you can gain discoveries and inspiration. Same with Tesla. When Tesla he opened his third eye through so much intense concentration, and his third eye opened, and then he had like the inventions were streaming in so fast he couldn't write them down fast enough. Basically, all his inventions came almost like in one night. It's like streaming in from the third eye. So it can be a very powerful center, but helpful if you focus in and bring awareness and quieten thoughts, if it so moves you. But people can get tight, so again it's like just trying to couch it in. Make sure you're completely relaxed first. Good motivation. And then bring your awareness and just focus it there. And allow that to let go of any thoughts. So, any questions?
There was so much pressure in my head building as it went off. I can't tell if I'm forcing it or it's normal.
Yeah, generally it's a mix. If you've never moved into your energies, then when your energies move there, it's like it can feel quite powerful. So you have to be very careful. That one, very kind of light, pure, and don't do it for very long. So the meditation usually 24 minutes. It's like 24 minutes on the third eye, and just as we're doing a thing. Not going to do that. Not going to do that. When you're a bit more experienced, you can focus on it longer. But you feel the power of it. So it's good, you can just do it for a couple of minutes and feel it, and if you, especially for inspiration and a vision. But this is also part of the system of Padmasambhava. So that system would be after you meditate on the stick, then you meditate on the third eye. So, he teaches it. But those practices are also couched in the foundations of the Dharma. So just make sure that you're always light. And that's an indicator if you feel tense or forcing, just throttle back. This is why we do have lots of meditations. So over time you can learn which ones to use and when and what to do to balance. Yeah. So balance, no one can tell you balance. The middle way is unique to you. The middle way is harmony. So what brings you into a sense of harmony with life is unique. But we know, like a tightrope walker, it's constant movement. Constant movement. Yeah, the middle way is like something that just kind of floats up. Yeah. There's the path of the scholars and the path of the mystics, and the scholars don't really understand. It's like silence is pregnant. It's like emptiness is like the source of electricity. It's throbbing with existence. It's so, if you want to know what emptiness is, imagine you condensed everything in the world around you into formlessness, the just pure potential. This is the expression of that potential. And emptiness is the pure source of before it's all unfolded. So and the way to come to that stillness, it's not by repressing the energies that take you there. It's by living them. And by living them, this is the paradox, by living them and living fully, stillness starts to descend into the energies. So on this path, and it's like I have sexual yoga. Yeah, it's the kind of epitome of that statement. By engaging in sexual union, which is like, then still point emerges. The union of those two energies brings the stillness. Yeah. So if you're a scholar, then you'll think, I need to be silent now. And I need to not allow these energies up. I have to control them by observing them. And I'll go to like a higher state of love, where I love everyone and I'll have equanimity for all living beings and I won't get attached to anyone, and you're doing it from the point of view of a person who's doing that in control. It's not a scholar. It's the opposite. It's like by fully loving one person, you'll learn how to love other people. If you are afraid of that one moment of love because you want to love everyone, you'll never love anyone. You'll just be an abstract concept. You'll love humanity, and someone will tell you a story about humanity and you'll cry. But when you're actually confronted by a human, you'll block them. You put your defenses up. They won't make you cry. You just be concerned about, I don't want to get attached to them and all the rest of it. They'll disturb you. Yeah. It's a transcendence. So it's like God put you on the earth with all these gifts, and it's like, I'm going to bypass life to get to God. It's not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. It's like life is the process to reach God. That's what it is. As you live it, you transcend it. Just talked about before with your toys. Now, I'm telling you, if someone, I don't know psychology, so this is just intuition. If you're 4 years old and someone tears a toy from you and makes you cry and scream and like you've never done, I'm suggesting that'll leave a scar on your consciousness. And if no one ever tells you to drop your toys and you just naturally drop them as you grow up in the culture, it won't leave a scar on your consciousness. You'll transcend it. But if someone stops you, it could block you for the rest of your life. It's generally what scars are. You wanted something and you were stopped. You may notice, and you really kind of notice if you're journeying inwards. There are times in your life where I wanted to buy a jumper, and you don't do it for some reason. And it just hangs. There was something beautiful, something that would have expressed and wanted, and you didn't do it. And that different from just buying stuff all the time because you want it. You know when you like the difference when you're greedy. It's not, to distinguish when it was stopped. There was a film you wanted to watch and someone stopped you. Parent, it just hangs. It's like it hangs. Yeah. Peace doesn't come through not engaging. It comes through transcending. To living it. So you'll just live it until you understand it, until it's done. Okay, that's done. That's not gonna, it's done. It's not gonna bring me happiness. It's not gonna bring me that yearning that I seek. That yearning is called the quest for God. It's like God's put it inside everybody's heart. And some people he calls back. Some people he doesn't. If you've been called by God, you feel tremendous horror. Horror and honor. The two together. Oh, you could feel like that tractor beam has called you to God, and you're just like, God's not easy. And then the other side is absolutely easy. It couldn't be easier, because you just have to live as you see things, fully, totally. So that's that. So been writing it on the page, the Facebook page, authentic. Osho says totality. Don Juan says the warrior's way. It's authentic. You're complete in your actions. And by being complete in your actions, not only will you enjoy life, you'll transcend them as they're meant to be lived. So one of the things that stopped us, right, isn't it? Buddha says afflictive uncertainty. Or you can say the grass is always greener on the other side. The mind's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. If you don't do it, you're like, I wish I'd done it. And then you do it and like, but is this the right thing to do? And then, but maybe I should live there, but maybe I shouldn't go there. I like it better when I'm alone, but should I start that? Maybe, what if we just don't know what's, we can't. It's horrible. Yeah. And it's like tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Time's running out, and the more it runs out, oh, but what if I try that and it's not the right thing? It's like, it's a nightmare. Afflictive uncertainty. So at some point in our lives, different times, we're not like that. And we go, right, that's great, I'm going to do that. And we do it, and it's great. It's not that the thing's great, it's that we're actually committing to something. And it feels great. It just feels great when you, whoa, I'm going to do that. And so, if you're wise, it just depends on you, the power of your mind. When the mind starts moaning, you just go, oh, it's just the mind moaning, it's not true. Yeah? Like maybe start a university course and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. If I hadn't started it, I'd have moaned. You recognise the mechanism of the mind by doing stuff. And then it just depends if you're the level of your spiritual power, if you can stop, if you just go, or you just keep giving in to the mind. You know what I'm saying? The mind, that's what it does, it just second guesses stuff. It never gives you, the mind never gives you certainty. It's a doubter. That's what Osho says. The mind is synonymous with doubt. It's always complaining, it's always doubting, it's always, check it out. The mind is never certain. It's like, definitely, the mind, yeah. The only thing we can certain of the mind is that the mind can't figure stuff out. That's the totality of the certainty of the mind. When you study and study and study and look and look and look, and it's like, you've got everything you can think of. It's like, I am absolutely no better off than when I read anything or thought anything. It's like, oh, the mind's useless. But whilst we're living, we experience it. So we usually think, we have to check where the pain comes from, and the pain's coming from our own mind. The inability to know what the mind is why we have guides to tell you what the mind is. That's not the function of the mind to figure out your life. You can't do it with the mind. You do it with your heart or your gut. By knowing, by consciousness, by feeling. If you just know what's right, the mind will come in. The less you can just stop listening to it, you always know. It's like someone trying to tell you, if you don't know when you're in love, you always know when you're in love. It's love. It's like it's built in by God, isn't it? Unless we're really confused. I mean, I don't know. Maybe these days people are so confused they don't even know when they're in love. I don't know. Surely not. But if you are, then you realize how bad the mind is that you get so confused you don't even know when you're in love. It's like the most basic foundational feeling. You're in trouble then, for goodness sake. Then you've got to say, this is crazy. When the mind is the master. then you use the mind for going like, that's a phone. That's what the mind's for. Yeah? So you know that you can't eat it. If you didn't have a mind, you might try and eat it. That's what the mind's for. Pretty good, right? Yeah, it's like we can talk. It's great. Mind. It's like, meditation is for knocking overthinking out the window. So you just talk, contemplate. And as soon as you have a good feeling, you stop thinking and rest in that good feeling. That's what meditation is. And that feeling's like intention. What? Intention's not, I'm going to attain a Buddha, I'm going to become. That's not intention. That's the mind. I'm going to become a Buddha is a feeling. I'm going to awaken. Then out of that, if you genuinely have it, like Rumi, out of that feeling is all these beautiful poems come, expressing this yearning, this longing for God, this it's like beauty, love. That's what intention's like. That's what meditation's like. You stop thinking. And so this, our three bodies are the elements of what we're made up. Our mind, our body, our emotions. You could say like the soul, but then rest the essence, the I am. And you each have different elements they come with, Like with the body is I must. The body's got its own language, its own skills. It's like, I must. And the body, we think serves us. Yeah? Until it wants someone else. So, if you're ever in doubt who's the boss with the body, try and I'll give you a task. Drink 5 pints of water. Drink 5 pints of water, and then an hour and a half later, sit down and listen to a Dharma talk. And don't go to the toilet and see what it's like. It's like, you can't, I must go to the toilet. Isn't it? I must eat. Yeah, so when you're really kind of in the body, you're a body-oriented person, folks, I must is your. And with the mind, it's I want. Yeah, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this. So when you're really located in the mind, or it's dominant, I want this, you're filled by wants. I want a girlfriend, I want a girlfriend, I want to do this, I want this job, I want. No? And when your emotions, I need you. Oh, I need it. It becoming like I need it. I need to get laid. Yeah, I need some company. Emotions. It's like I need. And so the emotions are connected to your ear, music, emotional side. So these like layers of the being. The soul's like I do. It's like it's more action. Yeah? But we go really deep and it's I am. It's like transcendence. It's a rare individual you meet who's I am. So usually people just a mix of body, emotions, mind, body, emotions, mind, body, emotions, mind. Like I say, you can't ignore them. That's the part. You live them until you move through them. And each one you go, yeah, that's not the source of happiness. Food's not the source, it's like, food's not the source, we're not really going to do it. We tried for a while. Right? Some people can't see through it. It's like, you have to go to expensive restaurants, it's like the source of happiness, isn't it? look at overeating. It's like, you haven't got past the fact that the body's not going to really do it for you. But then you get attached and you're in a habit. It's a good one to see because because everyone I'm talking to has transcended that. And you can see you can look at obese people and you can see what it's like when you're attached to the body, right? And you can see how easy it is when you seem to go, what are you doing? What are they doing? Like having 8 pizzas and stuff and like the Big Macs and the like feeders and stuff. And you just know that's just, does anybody think that that's not stupid? Yeah? That's what you look like inside with your mind. If you're wondering, if you want an image of wonder what my mind looks like, it looks like a big fat feeder. I want. Thinking. Feeding more, feeding more. If I think that, if I think more now, if I think that, think. Can't stop. You look at them, they can't stop, can they? They just can't stop. It's an addiction. Once you go past the level, you can't stop. And you think they think it's where happiness is. No, can't stop. So then it's like, this is where you think happiness is. Can't stop thinking, can't stop. So you keep doing it. It's like, think more. That's like Osho's thing. Just think until you think until you're like, this is unbearable. At some point you have to reach that conclusion. This is unbearable. Overthinking. And then you let it go. Or you're getting such a deep habit you can't get out of it. So you need like new kind of ways to think with spiritual path, and they just kind of, unbeknownst to you, kind of actually cut the roots of your thinking. That's the trick. But the deeper things like the emotions, so then it's like thinking, it's like body meditations, for if you're really thick, body meditations. Then mind, then into the emotion side, where it's just going deeper into emotion. Or say we want to fly on the emotion, because emotions just come and go. Isn't it? It's like when someone's emotional, the emotional type. 1 minute up, the next minute down. 1 minute, oh, what are they thinking today? Oh, that, oh, no, they're in love with me. I love you so much. I love you so much. 3 hours later, fucking hate him. It's like, fuck me. And then it's like, oh, and then they're up, oh, excited. Whoa, and then it's like, oh, no, I'm totally identified with emotion. And it's a thrill, right? It's a thrill, that emotional, awesome love. It's a thrill. Oh, no, this is love. This is the love Rumi's talking about. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's emotional love. And you're identified completely. Go with it. What's it like with your mind? It's like, oh, I'll love you forever. It's like, no, you won't. You're just identifying with something fleeting that comes and goes. Isn't it? I don't know. Can you be in the same emotion all the time? Has it happened? Are you still in it? The emotion that you had 3 months ago, are you still in it? Of course not. It's gone. So the emotional type, and they're quite, they're usually quite huggy in that. The emotional type. So we've got all three going on, and different things, different. But there's generally the body type, isn't there? The body type. The mind type, ruminating. If I think about the eye, then I won't be the eye. But who's the one thinking? He's just thinking. Yeah. And the emotion type. Oh God. This is the human gig. So by living them, you'll understand them. When you understand them, when you're on the path, then you'll rest in the I am. As I say, you'll keep, if you haven't lived them, you'll keep getting pulled out of the I am, because you still haven't understood what they are, why they're there, the function that God has given them. So it's know thyself, and this is yourself. This is the start of self-observation. And say, most crucially, and this is the disaster of knowledge, is everyone has to start their journey in no judgment. Say, no judgment. So, have a bit of fun about the things, but so it's the transcendence of these things. So we can look at them, and you go, look at the body of, I can't say the name, Yoshiba, the guy who invented Aikido. Yeah, check him out on YouTube. It's like the transcendence of the body. It's just so incredible, the body. It's incredible. Or the whirling dervishes. So beautiful, it's inexpressible. Then go and read the Perfection of Wisdom Sutras. It's like, the mind. Oh, the mind is the most, it's just inexpressible. Yeah. And then the love of Rumi, that transcendence, that peak of that emotional state that can move through the awakened ones. Inconceivable. So then, the transcendence of that body, that mind, and that emotion of the deepest love into the potential state of it, the emptiness, the awareness which gives birth to it. Yeah. So if you're pushing away your energies, you're pushing away your Buddhahood. Because Buddhahood is nothing but the transcendence of your energies inside you. Yeah. So the other side, as my Sangha brother pointed out to me, which, the other side of, that's the indulgent side we had a laugh with, big fat feeder. Got a tube fucking out his arse into the toilet. Yep. Well, the other side of that is how you see the Christians. It's like the whip attacking the body. I shouldn't be attached to the body. Does anybody think that that's the path to enlightenment? Nope. Nope. It's not the path to enlightenment. Yeah? So generally, that's what you're doing to your mind. If you've decided that meditation is not having a mind, and you're against the mind, then you're doing that to your mind. And the mind, all these beautiful books you read, yeah, or talks you hear, that's mind. It's the most beautiful thing in the universe. And you're going like that. If you think that it's wrong to have a mind. And then people generally do it with their own emotions. I shouldn't feel like this, I shouldn't feel like that, I shouldn't. It's like You're stabbing yourself. Again, misunderstood the path. It's like joyful path. Joyful path. You maybe get like a hint of what I'm saying. The joyful path. It's like you're refining your mind, so it's like a razor blade, like a sword. That's the image the Tibetans use. Is Manjushri. It's the sword of wisdom. The sword of the mind's like a sword. Anything that comes, anything that comes that might make you even slightly unhappy. Samurai. Nothing can make you unhappy. Like nothing. No words can be said that can make you unhappy. Because your mind's so pure and beautiful. So another way to say it's like all the good joy, all the joy you get from music, all the joy you get from company, all the joy you get from relationships, yeah, the love you get from a relationship, yeah, the love you get from music, the love you get from art, the love you get from a TV show, yeah, put all that together, and what you get is peace. Put that together and you get the I am. So if you decided that these things are wrong because you want to be in the I am, you'll never get there, for one. You'll be a schizophrenic. You'll be constantly in conflict with your own Buddhahood. Where else can Buddhahood come from apart from your own being? Where else do these things come apart from your own being? Do they come from another place? It's like your being's here, the I am, and my emotions are over there, separate. No, they're not part of my being. No, they're not. What are you talking about? Yeah. So you can see how easily we can misunderstand. Like I said, the Buddha says it's easier to misunderstand than understand. Just misunderstanding happens all the time. So it's a way how to be with these things. But the first stage generally is these things are crushing you. They're crushing your being. Probably the easiest way to say it is they have become the master. Yeah. So it's like, you can take your relationship with these things like it's your most precious lover has gone mad. You're going to beat her up, or him, or the dog. You're from Aberdeen, aren't you? It's fucking sheep. It's my true love. Doesn't argue back. Although she does kick back occasionally when I try too hard. Also, I don't fucking do it, like your life. This is the relationship that we have. Yeah, contemplate it. Your mind, your body, and your emotions are your true love. But they've gone mad. So it's like your girlfriend's come up, she's gone mad, and she's saying, we've got to do this, we've got to go. No, we're not. It's like, oh, let's go and make love now. It's like, no, we're not. Sometimes you might say yes, but it's like you're constantly waiting until. Just imagine it. Yeah. And then when she comes back, then all your delight is going to come from her. But if in trying to make her be sane and in a healthy relationship, you smack her and beat her up, you'll kill her. She won't come back. You'll just be in conflict all the time. So again, if you've got this spiritual bypassing where you're just going to rest in awareness to deny these parts, it's not really me, you're in big trouble. So the foundational teachings are linked in this understanding, yeah? Be kind. Be good. Yeah? The basic foundations of being a human, of using your mind, using your heart, using your body, getting them in sync, in harmony, in flow. You live them, you understand deeply that they're not going to give you these gifts that God's given you to express aren't going to give you God directly. They are passengers for you to learn, to come back, to finally rest in the one behind them. And use them as you want. Yeah? It's like Osho said, it's like his way of saying it, it's like you can come back into your lower chakras as you want. But it's your choice. You can choose to get angry if you want. You know, it's your choice. You can just, as emotion comes up, you can choose to go use it. No? To this, check inside. Have I got a schizophrenic relationship with myself? So we understand, it's very helpful. If you understand, it's like the crazy girlfriend. So it's like, whilst it's crazy, we can't let it indulge. Or she'll kill us. You've got fucking knives lying about and shit. I mean, that's when we first entered the path, like fucking knives. First job's to get rid of all the knives. Fucking lock the doors and stuff. Lock her in the room. Might be, right? And it's like, you know, we understand it's like this, we've got crazy parts, we can't really let it out a bit, you know, it's like, so we might have like, I feel like we're a bit crazy, because we are. Yeah, don't think you're not gonna, you go, right, I'm a bit schizophrenic, right, I won't be, I'll just do whatever I want. You know, you'll probably be in trouble, until there's times when you can go, oh man, yeah, I just need to go a bit crazy. I'm too controlling or something, you know? No? It's a very beautiful art that God, what a challenge God's given us. To come back to that. Oh! I mean, when you're on the path, I mean, you don't want it in, because fucking, it's too much. It's just too much. Trying to find out what it's all about, it's just like, fuck, every day's like, what the fuck is going on? Woo! Yeah, I mean, that's the real journey. That's the, oh. So it's like Kowa-san, a Taoist master, it's like, you know, he said he contemplated 10,000 times whether to write it down. his Dharma. Because he's like, but, you know, I could get in the hands of scholars and people who don't understand, and it's like, he said, this is not for worldly people, this is for seekers. So, you know, I kind of write it in such a way that scholars just think they're mad. So it kind of pushes them away. Scholars don't, they're afraid of emotion. They're afraid of sex. Aren't they? It's just a way to control. Yeah. You come to the spiritual path to, I'm going to control. It's like, it's not generally logical. Go to the spiritual path, you go more mad. That's Osho's way. You have to be mad to be, you have to have a little bit You're just going against normal society. Although, as you can see now, what we call normal society is like, whoo! If people kind of buy into that's what life's all about, is not touching each other, like living with a microchip inside my brain, and just like following orders from the government. If you think that's what normal life is meant to be, it's like you're in trouble. So to kind of talk this a bit more, not too much longer, but it's a very important thing to have this sense of if somebody asks you what you are, you can say, I'm a scientist. And go, what do you study? You go, consciousness. And my body. That's what I'm studying. So, we have that sense of openness, non-judgment. So when you're say doing your meditation, one of the things that can motivate is going, not interested in whether you can repeat the technique or have the intellectual knowledge of what you think it is. I want to know what it's like when you can watch your breath for 5 minutes without thinking. Doesn't matter how many books you read on spirituality. You have to sit down and practice and practice and practice and practice until you know what it's like to sit and watch your breath without thinking for 5 minutes. That's science. Then, when you can do it, then you can read a book on what the Buddha's saying. You go, yeah, that's true. Or you go, it's not true. Or you go, it's definitely not what I thought it was before I had that experience. My understanding of what the words are not the same now, even though it's the same words, because I didn't have the experience. So, even the words themselves may be the same, but you won't understand them until you have the experience. So you can't prejudge. So one of the things you might prejudge is go, yeah, I need to get rid of my mind. It's like, no, that's not what it means when the Buddhists say, get rid of your mind. Doesn't mean that at all. And then you go, well, I need to disidentify. But it doesn't mean disidentify when the Buddhists say, don't identify. Because what you're doing is pushing the mind away as if it's not you and you don't want it. Doesn't mean that. Means it's a skillful means to fall in love with your mind. How can you not fall in love with your mind when it's not a problem? It's the greatest gift from God. If you didn't have your mind, you'd be a fucking animal. It's true. It's true. No, well, what would you like? Go and meet some people who don't have a mind. If you bashed on the head and their mind's not working, and you're trying to get rid of that? Yeah, you want to be careful what you want to get rid of, or what you think. So the point is, let's look at my mind. Let's look at my relationship freshly and go, what's that like? Is this causing me pain when I think like that? And so on and so forth. 100% open, non-judgmental, not knowing but you've been pointed or guided to look in a certain area. Yeah. You think you're like a cave woman who doesn't know how to make fire. It doesn't matter if you read some books. If you can't do it, you're gonna die. Yeah, it's like you have to do it. You have to rub the sticks. You try it. It's not easy. And you go, doesn't work. And the guy's like, well, keep trying, see what happens. But it's only in the body doing it that it knows the strength used, the pressure that you need to use, and you experiment, and it's only you can do it, because you have to go alone into the woods at night, and if you can't do it, you'll die. Just so the point is, it doesn't matter what someone else says, you have to figure it out. You know? So that's the attitude that we have, Seeker. Oh man, I'm going to be late for Scrabble. What's that? Oh.
I have the feeling that some people feel uncomfortable. I exposed with me. I am okay, but want to respect their space. The discomfort is more energetic than other ways. Is there anything to do in my side?
Yeah, you can't take it personally. The more sensitive you become, the more you rest in your being, the more you're aware that of other people's energy. Yeah, it's like it's called, like, you know, you're seeing into the essence of other people, and you're seeing they don't like you, even though they say they do. But if you remember this talk, a lot of the time it's just emotion. So it's emotion comes up for them, and it moves through their body, and you experience it as energy moving through them. And they're experiencing that emotion, but they're not even connected maybe to the emotion or understand the emotion that's guiding them. And a lot of time it's fleeting. Yeah. Because it's emotion. But you also can go deeper and understand, you know, the kind of connection you do have with people, more the karmic connection. So you just can't take it personally. Very important. Yeah. So that's either go deeper into love, which you be your path, you go deeper into love, or you can go deeper into no self. Because if you're not strongly attached to the person, it doesn't matter so much. It's just the energy moving through you. But it can make you, you know, if it's making you sick, if you're still kind of in that process what's really affecting you, like it hasn't settled down again, because you move into that state where you're really affected by energy until it settles down and you're just affected and you feel it and you know it and you move on. You go, right, that's affecting me like that. You know, kind of like if someone blows cigarette smoke into your face for the first time, you might want to vomit. But once you know once the body's kind of got used to how horrible it is, you can take it. You know it's horrible, you know it's affecting you bad, but the body can take it. It's kind of like that. So just think they're not blowing smoke in your face deliberately. That's what you're meaning. So you'll have compassion for them, but you also, whilst you're in that phase, do try and protect yourself to the level of how much you want to experiment with how much you can take. Yeah. So you can enjoy seeing how much you can notice and take, and now you're becoming, in one sense, you know, more clairvoyant. So if you can take the pain, then you can say things to lighten them up. So don't come at them directly. Don't confront them directly because they're unconscious of what they're doing, their emotional state. They're unconscious of their motivations. Like a child who is nice to the parent to get pocket money. If you said, oh, you're just being nice to get the pocket money, they'd be, no, I'm not going to be in denial. You have to maybe make a joke or buy them a pint of beer or make them a cake or something to kind of help them. But if you can't, then you just get out of there. You know? But if we can't get out of there, don't take it personally. No? It's okay? Sure. That make sense? I still don't understand why he types. It's beyond my comprehension, my limited mind, the barren universe. It's like a double I. I squared. No reply? No. Oh.
Yes, thank you.
Great. Okay. Let's conclude. Anybody got anything else they're saying? Or well, it's been quite long. Half an hour over. It's not too bad. It's an hour and a half. Okay. So the meditation, finishing it. Okay, if you're naturally drawn to the third eye, again, experiment for a couple of days, and if you like it, you can go into it. It's a powerful point to go into consciousness. Oh, but you can use it if you for just a sense of vision, inspiration, but generally when we're doing tantra, then we will use the third eye anyway, moving energy around, different energetic drops. Using it so when you're doing something in the meditation break of creativity, inspiration, beauty, sense of vision for your life. If you're doing something you want to really focus on bringing a vision of something good working out for you. Like if you're going to go, if it's your inclination, like you're going to go into the bank, you can sit before, meditate, go into the third eye and vision how it goes in the bank, how they just say, yeah, you can have this, you can do that, yep, and it goes really well and everyone's really kind, and see what happens, if it's your inclination. So to finish, let's gather our energies. And connect with the earth, with the beings on the earth, with our connection to it. And feel our heart open, and the energy that we've gathered through meditation and Dharma connects karmically to all other beings for their benefit. With the words, may all living beings find true happiness. May all living beings be free from suffering.